Hello, everybody. It's Flesson19, and welcome to the final part of our mini series on how to get yourself and your clan set up to become a mercenary or vassal in about 300 days and be sitting really well off. As you can see, we're getting close to clan tier 3, which will get us another companion and another workshop. We still do have really good money on us right now. 121,000 is good. Our part situation is a little concerning. This is actually a little bit low for us. Now, we can convert these things higher up, but that takes a lot of hardwood to do that. So this is our last and final push. And you can stop whenever you want to stop. You don't have to keep going. The longer you go, the more parts you're going to get, the more legendary smiths you're going to get for better weapons, and also the more skills you're going to get until they change smithing. Because as soon as you get those skills and you get 5 points into smithing, you're going to get a bunch of extra skill points. And that can go into your skills. Once again, let us take this hardwood. And now we go right back to what we were doing. Two-handed swords. We still don't have the best one. But that is totally fine. Because we have the second best one. We have the first best handle. Or guard. We have the first best handle. And we don't have that yet. But we have a decent 149. So that is good. He gained a level. And building this weapon, the next companion you get, the first time they make something, if they have any type of skill at all, they're going to gain like 50 points instantly in smithing. Instantly. Their first level, or their first build, 50 points. That's how much these weapons provide in EXP. You can see how much we're all running out of raw iron and steel. We're running out of it. If you end up running out, just stop and smelt. I'll sit here and take my guy. I'll smelt this down. Now look, we're getting all that material back. There. Now we'll go back to smithing. Now my wife isn't a practical smelter yet, so she can't do a whole bunch. But she's getting there. She's at 101. When she hits 125, then she gets it. Now, I'm going to put this into intelligence because we want to be able to get that 275. My next point, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it into polearm because we're going to use polearm right away. And we're going to gain a bunch of skill, which will get us levels. Grizzled. Now, our grizzled is probably going to, as you can see, be an infantryman. Either that or a cavalry. So we're going to put that into one-handed. And endurance, of course, we want endurance. And then you're going to go into bow. Level into bow. You hit vigor and control. You're definitely going into vigor because your control is way too low. Point, scholar. We'll finish off the bow for you. And then he only has 2 points left in one-handed, and then we could cap off his engineering. And there's our darling yet. First, now, we don't need to make any more Damascus. You only need a couple people to do it, so we'll put her as an experienced smith. She needs that 25 as soon as possible. Although her cap right now is 80... 112, I believe. She can't do it without the next level. So hopefully she'll get that next level. And there it is. We're done with that one. So if you run out of parts, you might have to go grab more parts. That can end up taking you 20, 30 days to do, which you want to run back through all the towns and grab more Pujos and throwing daggers. So there is a chance if you want to get, because you don't have to stop at 300 days. If you want to max yourself out, then go back and grab more and have everybody become legendary smiths and max out. You stop when you want to stop. 175. And now this is always a tough choice for me. The food, as I've explained before, is a huge deal. However, morale bonus from having diverse food is doubled. That is something now. Morale is a big deal because they changed leadership. No more getting 100 really fast. So we're going to choose gourmet. And that bumped us up 7 morale. Alright, did we get our weapon? Still didn't get it. Didn't get it. And you can see at the top, we're still gaining a bunch of parts. These guys aren't curious smiths. Because these guys can make fine steel. But the rest of these guys will be curious smiths. We're going to end up running out of parts. Now these guys are all curious smiths. So they're going to gain a lot of parts. That is going to be the downside, is running out. We're going to have to either refine or we're going to have to pick up more parts to really get legendary. You can see we're going to be out of iron. We're out of iron. So, just go smelt. Now come back and finish off. We got a bunch of extra weapons, as you can see. We have quite a few sitting here. So I might need to have my big brother smelt. Endurance. And he is going to be probably infantryman. So we'll finish off his last one-handed. And then we're going to get him either athletics or riding. It's a choice what we want to do with him. Now we want to start getting her one-handed. Now he's endurance. And you have one left in bow. We'll get that bow maxed. Nothing. Endurance. Endurance. You got your bow maxed. Let's get your one-handed going. She didn't level. She should this time, though. There's your endurance. And let us max your bow, and then you could start working on your one-handed. So we're already determining what our characters are going to do. Everybody is going to be using a one-hander, except for me. I will be using a polearm. Yeah, I have 222 stamina. So I can do twice as much as normal. And also it's halved. So I can really do 4 times as much as normal. Still did not get the blade. Didn't get the ball either. But that's fine. I'm probably going to have my big brother help out smelt. That's why I made him a curious smelter. Just in case. We're stocking up a little bit too much. I was hoping Apollonia would become a curious smelter by now. Or I'm sorry, a practical smelter. So it would be halved. However, she is not. She's taking a little bit longer. That's because they didn't have a lot of endurance to begin with. And endurance is a huge part in how fast they are going to actually smith. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to smell all of my parts. Vienna gained a level. That is great. Yeah, we're running out of fine steel. We will slowly run out of fine steel. No, I didn't want that. We want to choose our levels. Once again, I am going to take that and we'll take cutting edge for slashing. Endurance. And one-handed. You are now finished. The scholar is done. We don't have to put any more. Now the last points we should probably put to engineering and max him out. I thought Leanna gained a level, but she didn't. Damn. She's going to take a while. She might not get any more levels. Happy. She will now, next turn, should hit 125. She should be able to. We're going to have to go ahead and refine very quickly. That is when you start running out of parts, because it takes 2 steel to make a fine steel. So you're going to start getting into this point now where you're going to have to think about, do I want to stop or do I want to grab more parts? Also, the important thing to check is whether or not, if you're running the 2-handed polearm, did you get your blade? So check 2-handed polearm. I still do not have my blade. We did not get that blade. We got the ball. Where before we were doing 149 damage, 152. That's more experience. We have the 3 best parts on the bottom. We're just missing the best blade. And that will give us a lot more EXP. You can see we're almost out of fine steel. I was actually able to get it all done. Yep, next turn we're going to have to take him. We're going to have to make fine steel. We're getting very low. Ah, she just missed it. 122. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have them build weapons, and I want to see if I can maybe get her 125. Because now what we need to do is we need to refine, as you can see. We're extremely low. We cannot make any more. And I'm hoping I can get her 125. So that way she can be a practical smelter. And that way she can smelt a ton. Let's take the hardwood because caravans can take it. Double check our skills. Endurance. You are going to be infantry or cav. I don't know which. Aha, endurance. Oh no, you didn't get one. Let's get your last bow. Now, you could technically make the argument to keep him two-handed. He's got already 4 points into it. So he's not going to have a shield. Normally, I don't like doing that because I don't want him getting hurt. However, as you can see right here, he could actually be an archer captain, have 2 quivers, and let's get his scouting up. So I will be making one guy a two-hander. All right, now we need to do our refining. So first things first, these guys, the last 2 guys, can do fine steel. So let's have them start doing fine steel. One thing I wanted to check with my woman, can I get her 125? Boom, 125. We're going to immediately stop because we want to get her practical smelting. That way she can finish smelting this off at half cost. And now she's got stamina left over. These guys can't do fine steel, so let's have them convert some of this iron into steel. So I could actually make some more fine steel. And then we could convert some of this raw iron into iron. This is where you're going to take up a lot of charcoal. So you can see how we're running out of charcoal now. This is where you got to be super careful. We don't have a whole lot. So we only got 235 fine steel and 517 charcoal. And then we're out. We have no more. So we have to decide at that point if we're done or not. We are about finished. Very soon we should have most everything unlocked. We're only a little over an hour into this. Hour and 10 minutes. And we're virtually done. When it's done correctly, it doesn't take long. And we still didn't get that bad boy. However, we got the best other parts in the game. I think you cap off at 150. I think it's 159 the last blade gives you a total of. No, I messed up. That other one took raw iron. I'm gonna have to make sure I check that out with raw iron. We need to convert more raw iron into iron. We don't need raw iron anymore. I used a little bit too much iron. Now I'm gonna go ahead and refine. I leveled, I believe. We can only do this about maybe 2 or 3 more times and we're going to be out of fine steel. That could be a big problem. He's gaining skill fast now. Actually, I could have had him do that real quick. Hey, just a couple. And he, like I said, we're probably going to have him go infantry. We could choose to have him go cav. Bow, one-handed. She now has those maxed. So now we can decide once again, do we want to have her go infantry or cavalry? Well, it would be archer or horse archer. He is going to be... So now I'm happy with that amount of athletics. We're getting near the end. Let's get him his engineering. Almost. Clan tier 3 gets you 2 more companion parties. 2 out of your maximum 3 that you can get. So we're about to be able to have 3 parties in an army if we wanted to at Clan tier 3. And it'll get us another companion, another workshop, still didn't get that blade. So you don't want to run out of materials because you still have to build your weapons. And you're going to need to make the mask and steel to make your one-handers. The best one-handers, I mean, you can make them without it, but the best one-handers, I think, do have the mask and steel. You just have to decide what you want on it. Whether you want more reach, you want more damage. You'll have to decide that for yourself, and it could be a personal preference. I already have a personal preference for what I like. I can get one with 100 reach and then 90 to the other stats. 90 damage, 90 handling, 90 swing speed. Because you cannot get reach on a legendary weapon. But you can get all the damage, the handling, the swing speed. With all that, you can get it. And see how slow we're getting on stuff. On fine steel, steel. Now, we could go sell weapons. At this point right now, we could stop and sell about 30, 40 weapons worth 100,000 each. She has nothing else to do. So now what I could do with her if I wanted to, I could go ahead and have her do some charcoal. I could have her go ahead and refine some fine steel. I could have her also do some of this more raw iron. So I have options open with her. Endurance. One-handed. You want to think of the roles that your characters are going to play. You don't just want to look, oh, they got 3 points into polearm. I'll automatically make them polearm. You may not want to do that. So he's my two-hander, but we want to max his scouting. We now have a max scout. And that's what we wanted, a max scout. Now, what I'm going to probably not do is show you the very ending of all of this. That would be me sitting around for probably another half an hour to an hour. What I'm going to do is pull the trigger. There we go with our clan tier. Okay. First thing we look for is companion. What we'd really love to have would be a surgeon. I don't think we have a surgeon. However, a cow thief is not a terrible person to take. And the reason why is because I know they have riding. And if they have riding, they might have endurance. 5 endurance, 1 smithing. He will be an amazing smith. And we could make him into our surgeon. I don't think we have a surgeon. We don't. Although we could get one later. So you look at that. He's going to, right off the bat, he's going to be an amazing smith. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about with the points. Watch how many points he gets. And you want to be really careful when you get a new companion. This happened at the perfect time because I want to show you this. Don't waste their points. Okay? Watch this. 43 points. I didn't hear him level, though. So because he didn't level, again, I didn't hear him level. I hope I was really hoping that maybe he did level. And I just missed it. We're just going to do this one more time. What you want to do is make sure if he levels, spend the point into smithing. So that way he gets more focus points. If you just cram all the points, you're actually wasting time. Because he's got a red hard cap. He probably red hard capped already. So he could have 2 or 3 points. Normally you hear a little boom to let you know that they leveled. I didn't hear that. You can see we're almost out of fine steel again. And now we're getting really low on hardwood. This is when you might have to decide, okay, I think I'm going to have to be done. Let's see, how bad did I mess him up? Nope, he didn't even level. That is surprising. Charcoal and steel. He will level next time because you don't get as much EXP at lower levels as you do at higher levels. So he should level this time or the next time. And then you can put that in there. So he, of course, is going to be infantry. Swift didn't get any points. Wanderer did. Done. Now we got to decide. I'm going to go ahead and put one into riding because you could be a cavalry. He got 1 point into endurance. Done. Oh, we want the engineering. And this is actually a tough choice. Right now, her cap is 4 times 14 is 56, 46. Her cap is 86. So if I put this into here, she's going to cap it over 100 bow. The whole question is do you want her to be an archer or do you just want her to be cap? If you want her to be cap, throw it into vigor. And I think I'm going to throw it into vigor. Now, as I said before, we also got our clan tier. Now, ideally, we'd like to run over into Kuzite territory and get a wool weavery. However, we don't maybe necessarily want to leave, so stop right here in Sayanon and grab one. And if you don't know what a good one is, I have a video up of every workshop in every town showing you what the best ones are to make money. Now, naturally, just by looking at this, I see flax, so that instantly tells me that a linen weavery would be a good one here to go ahead and buy. Also, we are pretty much at the end. We did not still get that. Did we get my two-handed? And I did get my weapon. So there is my weapon. I can build it now, which is one of the main things. You also want to look, do you have any legendary smiths? Unfortunately, I don't think we do. We do not have one person over 275. We do not. So I cannot make a legendary weapon. Legendary is 275. You have a 5% chance of getting one. After 275, for every point after 300, you get an additional 1% chance. So at capped 330, you have a 35% chance of getting it. And you can cap at 300. It can be pretty easy to do. So, let us see how far into the game we are. Technically, we can be done right now. We don't need to build legendary. I can build my two-handed polearm. I can build everybody. One person gets a two-handed sword. The other get one-handers. What day are we at? 251. We still have 50 days before I said we were done. That means we technically have the time to run around, grab more weapons from Empire territory, the Pugios, come back down through here and grab more southern daggers, and then go ahead and smith some more to get levels. Or you could stop right now at 250 and build your weapons. Here is what my polearm is, and I will show people my polearm. What I try to do is the same thing every time. I try to get approximately 70 swing speed. And it should get you, it didn't hit me 210, so I want to look at this. Something is not right with it. There we go. 211 reach, 70 swing speed, 152 cut damage, and 62 handling. On a legendary, you can get a +5. So it is slow. However, when you start getting your skill up over 100, And if you can get a +3 or +4 on this, you can swing pretty fast. So this would be my weapon. I would then build my two-hander, which it's your choice on a sword is technically better. However, a two-handed axe will allow you to swing and hit multiple targets. And then for a one-hander, it's your choice how you want to do it. You can either go ahead and, like I said, what I normally try to look for is 100 reach. And there is one in the area that does it. This is close. 100 reach, 94, 96. It's only got 69 damage, but it's got 96 handling. Your hope is that you would get a +3 or +4 on the swing. That is very fast and a long reach. A very good weapon. But it does take Damascus steel, which one Damascus steel is 2 fine steel. And then 1 fine steel is 4 iron. So it's going to take, or it's 2 iron. So it's going to take 4 iron just to make 1. So if you're making 8 of them, you would need 32 of this just to make it. And that's not making legendary or experienced or anything like that. So that basically is showing you exactly what you need to do to get done. We're at 250. So you have the choice. Stop 50 days early, build your weapons, and you can go right now. You're done. You're ready to become a mercenary or vassal in just 250 days. Or run around, grab more weapons, more Pujos from all of Empire territory, Southern throwing daggers from here, and then come back up to Sanon and smith some more to try to get legendaries. You've got 50 days and you don't have to stop at 300. You can let it take 350 or 400 days. That is totally up to you. Totally, we probably only spent maybe an hour and a half at most smithing. And in 250 days, we're ready to become a vassal. I hope that shows you how quick my system can actually get it going really good. And also the weapons that I'm currently building that I've been showing you sell for between 110 and 120,000 each. And you might say to yourself, this is just a little trick. But wait a minute. They don't have that. So let me show you something really fast that a lot of people do not realize. I'm going to show you this once. We're going to build one weapon. And how can you maximize getting money? And this is very easy. People think sell to lords. When you sell to lords, I believe you only get like 40% of the total cost. So I built this one. Now watch what I do. This thing is worth, it's only worth 55,000 because it's not the best blade. Okay, the other blade would be better. They've only got 16,000. So what do? Buy items. First of all, you can buy horses. You can buy food. Or what about this stuff? I already know I can sell this for 55,000. So all I have to do is get this to 55,000. So why don't I buy this helmet for myself? 6,000 left. You can see that right there. I can buy 6,000 more. Hey, look at that. Stack bodkin arrows. Boom. 58,000. Sell the sword. I now took most of his money. I sold mine at full price. And I got some good gear. That is how you can maximize selling off your weapons. And if it was the best blade, it'd be worth 120,000. I'd have another 60,000 worth of stuff I could buy. So I could go ahead and buy a noble bow. Just 2 of those weapons basically equals a noble bow. That is how you don't sell to lords, sell to cities, and then get the best armor. Look at that armor, how it blows mine away. It's only 25,000. I could buy 2 of those with one of my blades. So don't sell to lords, sell it to towns, and buy equipment for your characters. I hope that helped you out. If you have any questions, please message me and I'll be more than happy to answer. And if I need to make a follow-up video, I will do that as well. So until I see you next time, take care and thanks for watching.